There's an old joke about a man stops another man on the street in Manhattan and says to him, by the way, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? And the other one looks at him and says, practice, practice, practice. Well, the same is true for how you get to be my age, 85, and be in terrific shape, both mentally and physically. It takes practice, practice, practice. And what do I mean by that? We live inside of this thing that we call a body. I call it a transporter. Why do I call it a transporter? Because I live in here and it transports me around. A transporter has to be taken care of. It's got a lot of moving parts. You either take care of your transporter or parts will start to fall off. Same as with an automobile. If you don't do the deferred maintenance on an automobile, sooner or later you're going to have trouble, and sometimes you're going to have trouble in the middle of the night. The same thing is true with this transporter that people call a body. You either take care of it and do the maintenance, or you're liable to have trouble with it in the middle of the night. What kind of maintenance? It requires quite a bit of exercise. I'm 85. I personally do aerobics 5 to 7 days a week for an hour. I use the elliptical machine. Sometimes I swim laps. I also lift weights because this thing starts to decrease as you get older. Muscles atrophy and they waste away. We're told that you lose 3% of your muscle mass every year after 50. That means weightlifting is essential. Now, does this sound like a lot of work? Yeah, it is a lot of work. But taking care of any kind of mechanism that transports is a lot of work. That's just how life is. So you have the option. You either put in the time and do the work, and you're going to have a great body and a great mind like I do at 85, or you're going to have trouble. You're going to have diabetes or heart trouble or one of many other afflictions. And they're really awful, terrible, and inconvenient, and they slow us down and take away the joy of life. So give consideration to which one you want to be, a person who takes care of the maintenance of the transporter or a person who lets it go. I hope you'll join me and be a person who takes care of the maintenance of the transporter, because the mind lives inside the transporter and is dependent on it. Until next time, this is Dr. Richard Lewis Miller reminding you that good health is worth fighting for, and it's essential for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.